I noticed that I left the room every time something was mentioned about it. If it came on the TV, I just couldn't listen to what happened. I know what happened. It took Mel, and that's all that really mattered.
All rise.
The picture emerging from the Hickman inquiry is one of clumsy lines of authority and channeling of information that may have hampered rescue attempts during the Ocean Ranger disaster.
The Canadian inquiry issues 136 recommendations to prevent future tragedies. Among them are the need for rig design changes, lifeboats for double the crew, and better training. Over time, a number of key recommendations are implemented. But many concerning evacuation and occupational safety are still not legislated.
In 1982 and even today, the NUS had government requirements for a training program. People they learn on the job. What would happen is that somebody would be put in that position and there would be a training program where these people would learn from each other.
For many, the inquiries only confirm what they already knew. The Ocean Ranger was a disaster waiting to happen.
Most people didn't think it was a very safe rig, you know. I mean, it had the nickname Ocean Danger long before the disaster.
In those days, safety was a dirty word, I think. It was safety by default. You know, in other words, you idiot, don't stick your finger between the two sections of pipe when they're being put together because you won't have any fingers.
All we had were life jackets, and there were no immersion suits or survival suits, as some people referred to it. There was no actual instruction on how, you know, you were to get into lifeboats, how you were to strap yourself in or whatever.
The sheer size of the Ocean Ranger had created an attitude of arrogance and invincibility.
This hard-nosed tool pusher was trying to dominate the safety meeting, by saying, this rig can't sink. He didn't say it, he more yelled, this rig can't sink! You know, this is the biggest semi-submersible in the world. And there was laughs and guffaws, mostly from fishermen who had been on the water way longer than this guy had.
Once the full story of the Ocean Ranger disaster is known, a terrible realization emerges. The deaths of the 84 men aboard could have been prevented. 20 years after the tragedy, the bitterness endures.
I guess when you're a mother, it's a whole different story, you know? You just, you know, I felt like they killed my child. And I can't help it, I always felt like they were murderers.
I'm a firm believer in the fact that everything happens for a reason. And for some reason, I lost my husband on the Ocean Ranger. It hurts, and it hurts hard.
It changed my life, the direction of my life, changed my view of death. I mean, it was a very hard thing to see a lot of the faces that I knew go down. I mean, they're dead, they're gone. It's just too bad it had to happen.
The names of the dead are etched on a monument in St. John's. But the men who lost their lives aboard the Ocean Ranger and the hope that the giant rig gave them are gone forever. Lost in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The sea has no memories and no remorse.
You drink it, you die. If you fall into it, you die. And if you spend your life working on it, you die. So that's it. Poison with it.
The Ocean Ranger disaster has taught us that neither our most advanced technology nor our grandest dreams can conquer the power of the sea.